There's been like 3 people.
Did you guys enjoy it?
Oh yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
How does this compare to most of the bouts that you've had?
This one was a little tough towards the end, but the girls played like they normally do. We've had quite a few injuries this year, so they've been fighting back from those, and they did a really good job despite all of that on this game tonight.
So the end where there was a lot of chippiness and all that was a little unusual.
That was very unusual. My biggest job there towards the end was just keeping everyone. I don't know if you saw, there were a couple of times on the track that people were about to lose their cool. So the biggest thing is to keep them from losing their cool, because if they retaliate in any way, they'll get expelled.
Was that a pretty normal game for Rambo to dominate that much?
Yes. Rambo is an extremely good skater. She does everything she can outside of practice and comes to every practice, and it's all so that she can be an amazing skater.
How do you is there a way that you teach for her to hit the holes, or is that just something that comes natural?
The biggest thing we teach them is to turn their back into the hits, so that, because the back is an illegal target zone, so if you're going through and you can keep your back at them, then they can't hit you as well. It makes them less effective. Other than that, it's lots of skating form, staying low because that makes you stable, trying to skate as fast as you can, getting your speed up.
How many days a week do y'all skate?
We practice 4 days a week for 2 hours each practice.
How would you relate this to hockey?
The hits are very similar, and if you asked a lay person who came to watch the bout, they would say scoring and offsides are probably about the same in both sports. Like, scoring in roller derby can be a little hard to comprehend at first. Same for like icing and offsides in hockey.
Yeah.
It takes someone dedicated who's watched, who really has a thing for the sport to pick that up. The scoring shouldn't be that hard. I just think people are looking for a ball or a puck or something.
Yeah. Do you attend Predators games?
I do. I haven't been in a while. I used to have a roommate who had season tickets, so I would go a lot. I have several friends who have season tickets, and they're avid hockey fans. And I've watched many a game with them, so I understand pretty well what's going on. I just don't get a chance to get out because I'm practicing with the girls all the time.
How do you think NHLers would do if something like this?
Barry Trotz came to our last game. I don't know if he did to this one, and I wish someone had introduced us, because if we get some hitting clinics going, I'd be down. We actually have one skater, Bridges, the girl who got expelled, came from hockey. She plays ice hockey.
Oh, really?
But they can't hit enough in the no-check leagues that the women have around town. And so her and her friends, actually also Violet in the first game, they both came from hockey, and they came so they could get some more contact.
Where do most of the other girls come from?
Not sports usually is the biggest thing. It's kind of a fringe sport still, so many girls come just for the fun. They don't come from a sports background, so we have to get them strong first and get them into the game second, which is hard because they're already into the game. That's why they've come out. Any of the others that do come from sports have come from basketball in high school. We have a speed skater on our team who's actually nationally ranked. She came in second in her division and first in her doubles division. That was Susan.
Right.
There's a lot of skaters that come to the game. There's the #1 ranked team currently in the nation is the RLD Rollers, and most of their skaters are nationally ranked speed skaters or roller hockey players.
So it's not really a background that you would get into for coaching. How did you get into coaching the sport?
I started off as a stats geek. In 2008, I went to their first game. I looked up a bunch of stuff online. I went to their first game and wrote down who played what, how many points they got, and that stuff. And I did that for 2 years. I became our head NSO, non-skating official, the people in the middle who keep track of penalties and things like that. And ran that for 2 years, and then handed that off when I became coach. I decided to coach after going and working the regional competition for the South Central region and seeing other people doing both NSO and coaching, so I figured I could swing both of them. I pretty much dropped anything but coaching though. So watching a lot of roller. That's the best way to get it.
One last question, do you love the refs?
I love the refs. I used to work with them all the time.
Yeah.
And Major Wood and I are actually childhood friends.
Cool.
Cool.